The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
Part of the equation here is that the economy is doing very well. And you're seeing that on Wall Street. They're all throwing in the towel on their soft landing and recession forecasts.
Rates are higher in the United States because the United States economy has been much stronger than people expected.
We have got a strong economy. There's a basic reason why the 10-year is going up in yield. It's because of economic strength.
The state of our economy is strong.
The economy is remaining strong.
The economy is doing all right.
That's right, folks. You're hearing it straight out of the mouth of all the big news networks, right? The big fake news networks. Good afternoon and welcome to Phil's Gang Radio Show. My name is Steve Celeste, coming to you coast to coast on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. I'm filling in today for Phil Grandy, who is on a well-deserved vacation with his wife, Marta. Hopefully they're taking in the nice mountain air out there in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and, just getting away from the humidity here in Florida for a little while, because if you're around here in Sarasota, you're going to know what I'm talking about. It's just brutal out there. I mean, it might say 89 degrees on the thermostat, but with the 120% humidity, it feels like 120 degrees out here. Okay, so what I wanted to do today is I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about what it is we do here for you at Phil's Gang. All right. What we do is we identify stock chart patterns, right? We are able to look at a chart and go, hey, there's an ugly face pattern. And what does that mean? It means that there's a lot of resistance and you never buy into resistance. But forget that. What we do is, we have a wonderful stock chart here called the Pro 2 color-coded chart that makes it very simple, especially for somebody who's just beginning, that doesn't really understand the market too well. And why is it simple? Because it's color-coded just like a traffic light. That's right. So you got red, yellow, green, right? If it's green, you go. If it's yellow, you're taking caution. If it's red, you stop. Well, with the stock chart, if it's green, right, if your candlestick turns green, it's time to buy that stock. If it's yellow, it's saying, hey, you need to kind of slow down a little bit. You kind of want to, just be light shares. You don't want to have heavy volume in your particular stock, okay? And if it's red, then you want to get out of it. Now, one thing that's really cool is we also teach you how to sell a stock short, which means if your candlestick is red, you're selling short and you're making money on the way down. And I've got a really great example of that.
The chart.
That's right, Phil. Let me take a look at our chart. And the stock symbol was UNH, United Health Group. Right, the chart turned red back on Monday, August 21st, with a high of $500.25. Okay, then the very next day it dropped down again, and we got a low that day of $491.33. Now, if you stayed with it and it went all the way back up, right, you had what's called a snapback that began on Friday, August 25th, right? So now it's going up, but the chart is still red. What does that mean? It means you're in a snapback. You stay with the short, meaning it's still going to drop, right? Because you're in what's called a down trend, okay? And you'll hear Phil talk about this all the time. The trend is your friend. And that's not a lie. That's absolute fact, okay? Because if the trend is down and you try to buy a stock when it's going up against trend, you're going to get your face ripped off. Because what happened the very next day, on Thursday, August 31st, the stock dropped all the way down to a low of $493.82. So just about a $24 a share drop. Okay, so that's 3.5%. And that 3.5% you would stick in your pocket if you were in it short. If you sold or bought it actually on the day before, on the 30th, because it was going up, you would have missed the whole move and you'd have got your face ripped off. And so we teach you how to avoid that and how to stay with the trend and understand how to make money on the way down. So talking about selling short, I mean, what is that? Well, it's as simple as, you're basically borrowing shares from your stockbroker at a high price with the expectation that the stock goes down, okay, and then buying back at the lower price. The stockbroker gets his shares back, you take in the profit, then you buy shares at the bottom when the price is low, allowing for more profits on the way back up, okay? So, again, my name is Steve Celeste here, and what I want to do also is I want to talk about the Miyagi method, okay? The Miyagi method is something that I teach here at Phil's Gang, where it's basically repetition, right? When you learn, the best way to learn is through repetition. So as a teacher, my job is to teach you the same things day after day after day after day until eventually you don't think about it anymore. And that's what happened for me, because I started with Phil's Gang back in 2009. I was a chef for 23 years. I wasn't trained in the stock market. I didn't go to college to get a degree in finance. I started with Phil's Gang in 2009 after the housing market here in Florida collapsed, okay? And I just couldn't get a job that paid good in the restaurant industry anymore. Everybody wanted to pay very low wages, and with a family, it just really was an impossible idea to stay in the restaurant industry anymore. So I got into Phil's Gang, and I needed to learn this because with the restaurant kind of industry in my blood, customer service was in my blood, and I needed to know how to answer these stock questions. I was tired of every time a phone call came in and it was like, "Hey, Steve, what do I do with Apple today?" I was like, I don't know. I'm like the last guy on the planet you want to ask that question to, right? So I decided to really pay attention to what Phil was teaching every day. And I did that through the Working Investor program because it was a simple, maybe 5 to 10 stocks that I would follow day after day after day. And with that, I got to learn about these stocks and what Pro 2 really was about. I really figured, if I can figure this out, anybody could figure it out. Now, I made 125% return on the very first trade I ever made personally, and that was Delta Airlines back in 2011. I was just blown away by how perfect the charts worked and how well it did for me. And if you want to learn more about it, please keep on listening, okay? And you can join again for 10 days for free. Go to philsgang.com. On the homepage there, click Get Started. And then on the next page, you're going to simply click on the banner that says 10-day free trial. And if you decide to stay, it's $59.95 per month. And I'm telling you, you're not going to be disappointed. All right? So again, philsgang.com, or you can give us a call at 877-600-GANG. Again, 877-600-4264. We'll be back right after these messages.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. You know, over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. You know, I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
You're not alone. 80% of those in the stock market, just like you, lose money. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Why do they lose? Because they don't know how to short stocks in down market. That will change once you use my patent Pro 2 color-coded chart. It works. The technology works. And it not only gives you an edge on the upside, but Pro 2 will put a smile on your face on the downside. That's right. Check it out. Free 10-day trial at philsgang.com. What, are you nuts? Coffee's up 92%. Lumber's up 67%. Heating oil, what, 60%? Gasoline, 55%? I understand why you guys are telling me to raise my rates here at Phil's Gang, but we haven't raised our rates since 2001. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I'm not going to raise my rates. Our membership's been $39.95 since 2001, and for a good reason. So that you have enough room that when you do make money here at Phil's Gang, and you will, because you're going to learn how to short stocks, that there's enough room to send some money to St. Jude. That's why we never raised our price. And that's why we give you good value. So, you want to continue with good value, good information, be on the right side of the market? Join my gang, philsgang.com, where the price has not moved, where we fight inflation. philsgang.com.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. When you listen to the advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard, things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing is to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Okay, and good afternoon, and welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show again, coming at you from the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Okay, so I wonder, I'm thinking about Phil here, and what stock would it be that Phil would want me to talk about right now?
Whoa.
I mean, I know, Phil. What stock can I talk about?
When they go to bed at night, they don't think about sheep. They think about Apple. Apple. Or the sheep goes, Apple, Apple.
Okay, all right, Apple. Okay, so let me look at Apple real quick on our charts real quick, and then I'm going to go to another one after that. But Apple, all right, Apple is a it's a staple in the tech industry, right? So a lot of people go into Apple, a lot of tourist investors, what we like to call them here, which means they're buying when they really shouldn't be buying, okay? And you get a lot of manipulation in the market from what's called the plunge protection team, okay? So the plunge protection team, what they do is they go in and they manipulate the yield curve, okay, or the 10-year yield of the bond market. So if the yield is going down, which it was down for 14 years, that's great for the tech stocks. Why? Because banks are just lending out money, giving them money, which helps to drive their stocks up and up and up and up, okay? Well, Apple right now is in a bit of a snapback because Apple is getting ready to collapse, right? Because the yields are up, right? They're up over, 4% or 4 points, which is the first time they've been up that long or that high in, again, 14 years. And every time the yields go up over 1 full point, we get a pullback. They go up 2 points, we get a collapse. So again, now you've got Apple, which is in a down strong trend. You got it snapping back. The chart's red. This is the absolute worst time to chase it up. If you were to chase this up, you would be absolutely out of your mind.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Are you nuts?
Exactly my point. So you got to really just make sure you're staying with the color and you stay with the trend. If the trend is down and the color is red, you stay short in this position. Now, one other symbol or sector really that Phil has been really following is oil. And we've been following that with Schlumberger. I follow it for you guys every day at 2 p.m. in the Working Investor. And we've been in it long, since way back around the late June, right around June 28th, June 29th. We added some shares back in July. We added some more around July 12th. Now, if we got in it, let me give you a number here, and Willie's going to give me a percentage on this one. We got in right around 48, 47, and we're up now around 60-12, which is what we've been looking for to add some more shares. What's the percentage on that? So we're up 24% in Schlumberger, okay? Now, oil itself, I believe, is going to go up to around $100 a barrel, maybe even up to a $125 again, and you got to understand with oil's very inflationary, which means when the oil prices are going up, that's going to cause gas prices to go up, which means it's going to be more expensive for the truck drivers to transport our food back and forth across the country, okay, which means you're going to have inflation, right? You're going to have higher food costs. You're going to have higher clothing costs. You're going to have higher goods costs, right? Everything becomes more expensive because of inflation and because oil goes up. And, this was, one of, our current administration's, in my opinion, greatest blunders. And I think anybody out there that's listening probably would agree with me on that. Okay, but let me get back to what I was talking about in our first segment here. And that was our Miyagi method, okay? What that is just teaching pattern recognition through repetition. Okay, back in 2009, Phil used to give me a stock list every day of about 9,000 different stocks, and I would go through that stock list for him every day. And on Monday, I would look for certain things for him. Tuesday, I'd look for certain patterns for him. Wednesday, it was certain patterns. Thursday and Friday, it was always a certain pattern, right? And it was always those same patterns. I'd look for them day after day after day, and I used to be bored out of my mind, and I used to think, good grief, how does he do this? I don't understand. And, Phil's response was always,
you promise learn. I say you do. No question.
And so I just kept on doing it day after day after day.
Now show me wax on, wax off.
And the reason I would do this for Phil is so that I would make it easier for him in class. So I would find him a group of stocks that were ready to buy so that he could talk about the stocks to our gang members and really just pass on this information because, it just made it easier for him, and so I wanted to do that for him. And what happened through it, kind of through osmosis, was one day I started looking at the charts, and instead of flipping through each pattern, each chart, each stock over and over and over again, trying to find one pattern, I realized that I could look at any stock at any time and see all the right patterns, right? Like, for example, Kroger right now is telling me we're in a good downtrend with an M pattern. That's telling me that we should be short on this stock. Now, if you want to learn more about how I just recognize Kroger, then join Phil's Gang. And you can do that again for 10 days for free. Just go to philsgang.com, click on Get Started at the top of the website, and then click on the banner that says 10-day free trial. You've got nothing to lose for 10 days. I mean, you've got to be crazy not to give us a try. What do you think, Pee-wee? I mean, that says it all. All right, we'll be right back after these messages.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grandy has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
When I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day? That's unacceptable.
African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. You know, over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. You know, I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records, and Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. You know, if you really want to make sense of this market, you can't be listening to the fake Business News Network. They will not tell you the truth. They're to get you excited, to make sure you go out and you're happy so you'll buy something. That's not what we do here at Phil's Gang. We give you the truth, the direction, and that's what you need. Listen to me on my radio show each day and also on my Rumble and YouTube channel podcast. philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here. And it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com. Or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
All right, so before the break, we were talking about the Miyagi method, and, I was talking about pattern recognition and repetitiveness, and, we were talking about stocks on the charts a little bit. We talked about Apple, we talked about Schlumberger. And, I guess what I want to talk about now is how did I call it? How did I come up with the name Miyagi Method? Well, I was a fan of Karate Kid, of course, the movie from the 80s with, Ralph Macchio and Pat Morita. And, Pat Morita played a character named Mr. Miyagi, who was an older man from Japan who was playing basically a handyman in a small apartment building where this boy, Daniel LaRusso, moved into he was basically following his mother there. Well, then he started getting bullied around by a bunch of kids from his high school, and those kids all went to a karate dojo called Cobra Kai, which is a very famous and popular show right now on Netflix. And anyway, so Daniel was kind of getting beat up by these guys, and Mr. Miyagi kind of stepped in and took care of him. And then he asked the sensei from Cobra Kai, to keep his kids at bay so that he could train Daniel for a championship competition. And so Mr. Miyagi started teaching Daniel things like,
Now show me wax on, wax off.
Right, wax on, wax off, sand the floor, paint the fence, paint the house. He was doing all these chores day after day after day, over and over again for weeks and weeks and weeks. And finally Daniel had enough, and he was like, when are you going to teach me karate? He goes, you've been having me do all these chores for you, and I've had enough of it. And that's when Mr. Miyagi basically said, hey, you know what? You just need to show me, wax on, wax off. And he threw a punch at him, and Daniel was able to block the punch with authority. And the reason he did that was from muscle memory. And so with stock charts, it's very similar. Instead of using muscle, you're using your brain, right? By teaching and listening and doing the same steps day after day after day, eventually it kind of sinks in. Now, why is that important? Because, like for me, when I had that epiphany moment where I was like, wow, I notice every single pattern on any given chart at any given time, that made me a really good investor, a really good trader. Why is that important? Because now I don't have to give my money to somebody else. I don't have to say, here, take my money and trade it for me. And that person goes, okay, sure, I'll take care of you. And then they shuffle it all underneath a pile of other accounts that they have. And then when the market goes against you, you're at the bottom of the pile. So, they're going to have to take care of every single account that they have before they get to you at the bottom of the pile. And by the time they get to you, you might have lost 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70% of your money that you've worked for the last 20 years to gain. And that's horrible, right? Nobody wants to go through that. So why would you hand your money to that person that's going to lose 70% of your money for you? You need to take control, and that's what we do. We teach you how to take control of your own financial future. We teach you how to recognize those patterns. We teach you when to buy. We teach you when to add to your position. We teach you how to minimize damage by putting in stops to protect you, right? We teach you when to add more shares, right? And again, like I talked about in segment 1 and segment 2, we teach you how to sell short, which allows you to make money when the market is going down. So now you're making money in both directions. So imagine this. All your buddies are giving their money to their broker, right? But you're doing it yourself. They lost 70%. You've doubled your money. Isn't that a great feeling? Isn't that what you want? I know that's what I wanted when I joined Phil's gang. I mean, really, I just wanted the future with my son, right? And with my wife. I wanted to be able to share those moments with them and not be stuck behind a kitchen stove, 15, 16 hours a day, 6 or 7 days a week. So I dedicated myself to this. Now, again, that was 2009. It's 2023, and now I'm the director of education here. Why? Because Phil himself considers me to be one of the best traders in the country. And, although I'm humbled by that, really I am. When he says that on the air, I feel like I must turn as red as an apple, right?
When they go to bed at night, they don't think about sheep. They think about apple.
That's right, Phil. I mean, that's how you make me feel. But it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling knowing that my mentor, Phil Grandy, the man who is one of the absolute best, if not the best, at calling the market, being able to understand the economy, understand what's making it go up, what's making it come down, and he's saying that about me. I mean, that feels good, okay? And any one of you out there can feel that way. You might not be teaching classes here. You don't need to teach classes here. What you need to do is take control of your money, and by paying attention to Phil the same way I did, if you have a little common sense, you're going to go a long way and you're going to make a lot of money. I've seen people, one of my favorite experiences to talk about was a man who called me back in 2009. He had lost $475,000 in the Bernie Madoff scandal, okay? And he was 75 years old. He had nothing because of Madoff. And his call to me was to tell me that if it wasn't for Phil, he wouldn't have been able to retire. For a small period of time, he had to go back and work at Walmart as a door greeter. But he was able to make a little bit of money, take it with Phil and invest it with Phil and what Phil was teaching him, and he was able to make the entire $475,000 back in just 2 years. Can you imagine that? That $475,000 that he lost took him 20 years to make. He got it all back in 2. And that's something that you can do. You don't even have to get into that situation. You don't have to lose the money in the first place, because you're going to know how to minimize your losses and maximize your gains. And I know I'm not the only one saying it, because I get testimonials every day from gang members, and I've got gang members that have been with me for 6 months. I've got gang members that have been with me for 6 years. I've got gang members that have been with us for over 20 years that will not leave us because they want to be with Phil, me, and Will every single day, because we give the absolute best possibility for you to make money in the market. Okay, we help you to keep from losing the money you've already made through your whole life. All right, and if you want to learn how to do that with us, simply go to philsgang.com, again, philsgang.com, and click Get Started at the top of the website. Okay, then you're going to click on the banner that tells you 10-day free trial. Okay, 10-day free trial. And after that, it's $59.95. And if you don't want the chart, you can be a gang member for $39.95. $39.95 has never changed. We've always been $39.95 per month to have the best information to help you be the best you can be. All right, we'll be right back after these messages.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
What, are you nuts? If the stock market can make you so rich, especially Apple and Microsoft and Google and Amazon and the rest, why are so many Americans poor? If the 401k promises you a retirement, then why is it we are in a retirement crisis? Here's the answer. Because 85% of you get out of the market too late. I fixed that with my color-coded chart, which tells you when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out. That's right, when to run like hell. Check it out. You get a free membership and the free color-coded chart for 10 days. Check it out, philsgang.com.
Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grandy.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially in the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
Warning. Google, Apple, Microsoft, Netflix, Facebook, all these hot stocks are going to crash. They're going to drop as much as 60-70%. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Exactly what happened in the dot-com days is going to repeat itself. Remember, 85% of people lose money in the stock market because they don't know when to get out. I fixed that with my color code technology chart. It tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. That's right. Make sure you check it out. It's free for 10 days. philsgang.com.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Okay, welcome back, gang, and all new gang or people that could potentially be gang members. Everybody listening out there, we love to have you here listening to me today. Again, my name is Steve Celeste, filling in for Phil Grandy, who is on his well-deserved vacation out in Jackson Hole, Wyoming, with his lovely wife, Marta, who just so happens to be my mother. So I love her very much, and I hope everybody's out there just really taking in that mountain air and just really enjoying themselves and getting the relaxation that they deserve. Because let me tell you, nobody works harder than Phil and Marta. Okay, so let's talk about NVIDIA. Okay, NVIDIA is one of these bellwether tech stocks, or one of these tech stocks that really just moved the market, okay? And NVIDIA, you with me, Will? Let's give them a number here. NVIDIA turned green back on January 19th, and the high that day, we'll go with the high instead of the low. The high was 171.97, and we're at 485.0 now. What's the percent on that? 182%. So if you bought NVIDIA on Pro 2 when it turned green, and you just stayed with it when it turned green, you'd be up 182% in your portfolio right now. Can you imagine that? I mean, isn't that awesome? I mean, I love it, okay? And let me be clear. Not every single gang member got in at 180, at, what did I say it was? It was 171.97. Okay, if you didn't get in there, that's fine. Maybe you got in, and captured 100% of the move up, or you captured 50% of the move up. Okay, because you were a little late, or maybe you didn't join the gang until May 18th. And if you got in at May 18th at 303.20 to now 485, what's that percent? Well, 303.20. That's a 60% gain, and you still would be elated with that, right? So that is what is awesome about the Pro 2 color-coded chart. Now, we also have two other charts here. We have the Pro 1 and we have the Pro 3. Now, what's Pro 1 do? Well, Pro 1 is for swing trades. A swing trade is when you're in a position that is basically 1 day up to 2 weeks maximum. Okay, you're catching the ins and outs of the trend. Okay, which Pro 2 is a trend analyzer. You're in for the long-term trend. When it's green, you buy and hold. When it's red, you're out of it. Okay, where Pro 1, you get red and green every other day. So you're not really paying attention to the red and green on Pro 1. You're paying attention to the support and resistance lines, the moving average lines, and you're also paying attention to your volume and your bid and ask prices, right? Your bid-ask difference. Because something else that you don't know about, especially if you're new, is bid-ask difference. Okay, what is that? Well, bid-ask difference is the amount of separation that the seller is willing to take on the trade. So you want to make sure your bid-ask difference is always low. If you're getting a high bid-ask spread, then what that means is you've got a market maker manipulating the price of your stock. Well, that is great if it's pushing your stock up and you're long. The problem with that is 20 minutes later or an hour later, if you're not paying attention, that stock could be just getting destroyed and you could get your face ripped off. So, again, these are just things that we teach you here at Phil's Gang. Okay, not just me, but Phil and also Will. So you got three guys that have been doing this for over 50 years, right? A combined education, really, of over 60 years between the three of us that will teach you how to be the best you, the best investor, and how to have your best foot moving forward in the stock market and in your financial future. All right? So, again, what do you got to lose by going to philsgang.com? All right, go to philsgang.com. Again, click Get Started, and then click on the banner that says 10-day free trial. You've got nothing to lose. 10 days. Yes, you're going to have to put your credit card in there. I know some of you don't understand that, but what that does is it tells us that you're serious, that you really want to give it a shot. Okay. The other thing is on our website we have this wonderful training program that I put together for you guys, where you learn everything from stock, trading definitions to how to put in a stop, how to, just really understand what a scout is, because we buy lots of scouts here at Phil's Gang. It's a Phil term that he uses, but we teach you that on our website, and then we also teach you, again, pattern recognition. There's about 10 different patterns that are super important that you get to learn in our education program for 10 days for free. And then once you're done with the pattern recognition, then you've got our advanced learning, which is where we teach you how to sell short. We teach you how to do a little day trading. We teach you some swing trading. We really teach you the ins and outs of our charts, which brings me to our Pro 3, which is for profit taking and day trading. It really shows you the ins and outs of each and every candle of every day. All right. If you're experienced and you've got some cushion, you've got a lot of money, and you just want to sit in front of your computer and trade all day, that's what Pro 3 is for. Okay. If you're, if you got a little bit of time every day, but you don't want to sit in front of your computer all day long, that's what your Pro 1 is for. That's your swing trades. Again, you're just trading in between the support and resistance lines. And, if you just want to invest, that's what Pro 2 is for. Again, if it's green, you're buying. If it's yellow, you're taking caution. If it's red, you're out or you're selling short. Okay, we make it very simple for you. And again, that's just the basics with Phil's Gang. The best thing about Phil's Gang is we've got an incredibly awesome team here, starting with Phil. Right, Phil's got 50 years of experience by himself, and he's done everything that you can think of, including Entrepreneur of the Year. He was Inc. 500, right? He's a successful entrepreneur that has understood the ins and outs of buying a company, selling a company, really understanding the stock market, really understanding the economy. One of the things that Phil taught me years ago that just is something I never would have thought about was the buying and selling of pallets. Well, what's a pallet, right? Okay, well, I think we all know what a pallet is, but if you don't, okay, a pallet is basically the wood, right, that you see at Walmart with all the products stacked on top, right? They use a forklift to bring it into the building, and then they use a truck to pull it around the store and stock everything. Well, those pallets, right, they get counted, right? So if the amount of pallets being bought and shipped every year is really high, that means we're in a really good economy. That means that there's lots of products being shipped back and forth. If the pallets count is very low, then that means that the economy is bad. Okay? So that's just one of those things that, the everyday guy out there is not thinking about. We don't think about that. I mean, to me, a pallet before was nothing more than how they move the product around on, but it never dawned on me that if you count how many are being moved back and forth, that our economy was good or bad. All right, so with that being said, I just wanted to take this time now to say, make sure that you remember the kids at St. Jude, because that's really why we do the Phil's Gang radio show, is to bring awareness to the kids at St. Jude and the St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. All right? Donate to them. If you make money with Phil's Gang and you're making a profit with Phil's Gang, because that's our goal, we want to make you successful so that you can donate some of those profits to those kids that need it the most and to those families that need it the most. Okay? All right. I wish you a very, very good evening, and I will see you on the charts.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.